Alrighty guys, so after taking a look at Reaper's completely asymmetrical gauntlets, we're going to pull one evening build of the Reaper gloves. So that's gloves and forearms for the gauntlets. He really doesn't have anything in this area, and then it goes straight into the coat sleeves. So we're going to not only like bulk up our spaghetti arms, but we're also going to make the gauntlets look as accurate as we possibly can. This is a material called Warbla. It's great for cosplay. It's basically a thermoplastic. I have a heat gun down underneath my workbench that I'm going to use to ensure that once I get it out of here, it can be heated to fit this craft foam. The cool thing about it is that you can constantly work with it and reform it as many times as you need. This is what's known as a jumbo roll. It's far more than we need. This is an EVA foam mat. It's used for like workshops and all sorts of stuff so that you don't have to stand on linoleum. We're going to be using that as the base. We have snips and we have an X-Acto knife floating around here somewhere, and then as the base of our gauntlets, we're actually going to be using these. I bought them off of Amazon. They're one size fits all. They're hilarious. I've used these for Guardian costumes in the past, but these are ladies' fashion ballroom gloves. You can tell because they've got these really cute little bows at the end. We will be removing the bows, but they fit like this, and since they're so long, they give you what you need for gauntlets, which is a base that goes all the way up and past your elbows. So you can see, even on me, and I'm a very tall person, these ladies' ballroom gloves are gonna fit like so and come all the way up and over. And I'll link to all the materials in the description box below, but even though that looks very silly, it's exactly what we need for these gauntlets. So we will start with whichever one seems easier. One of them has the hand plate with the spikes coming off, and then the other one has the vambrace with the spikes coming off. So each one has 2 spikes and a divot, and there's nothing to it but to do it. You will note that there are no patterns here. Don't get scammed. Don't buy patterns off Etsy. They're not going to fit you anyway because everybody is different. So I do all of my patterning, eyeballing it by hand, and it's really easy because get it by hand, we're going to be using our hands. So time-lapse magic, go!
So anytime I have to paint Warbler, I like to start with a base coat of vinyl dye. It sticks to Warbler really well and provides an awesome base coat for whatever kind of enameled paint you want to put on top of it. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to take them to silver afterwards. But everything starts with a good base coat. Gosh, I hope I don't ruin my finger indicators here. We'll have to do a light dusting on the inside. And ruined. Oh well. The best thing about vinyl dye is the worst thing about vinyl dye. There go all of my markings. So final dusting is 4 different coats of paint to get this kind of metallic gunmetal feel. It's a combination of silver, a gray, and some automotive metallic flake. And I think that it looks more or less what we're going for, but we are running out of time, so we've got to go with it now. I'm going to bring them in and show you how to assemble it. So this is a final look at Reaper's gauntlets all put together, and they go on in stages. Now the stages are really important. The way that these have been attached with hot glue directly to the glove, and the way that the kind of fuzzy Velcro is mounted on here, everything has to go on in order. So we're going to do the left arm on camera, and then I'll show you what they look like overall. They're going to look really silly without the rest of the costume on, but you'll get a complete look at how these things function. So my fingers are having a hard time finding the right slots, but there we go. That's thumb there, and it's cool because the way that I mounted these onto my hands exactly using the tape as a thermal shield, they line up and almost fall into place exactly where they're supposed to be. Particularly the thumb piece curves up a little bit. Since it's not 100% perfect, I notice it more. Then the sleeve rolls up all the way. I like to tuck them down just a little bit there on the edge. Then I kind of make this shape with my hand, and this guy goes through like so. And the Warbler is so solid once the foam has been heated and everything that I have to be very careful and actually squeeze this top end. And with the foam padding back here, I just line it up so that this goes into where my elbow is, and you can see I retain full range of motion, which is super duper cool. And then this Velcro just lines up with this Velcro here, and if we're really careful, then you press that on. Alright, so you can see here that the gloves look completely ridiculous in the V-Force Gaming t-shirt, but when the coat itself meets the elbows and covers this gap, they look really good. Now, they're not particularly comfortable because you can't use your fingers for much of anything, these bow outwards. I finally understand Walmart cashiers. But the back panel doesn't get in your way at all. It's contoured to the back of my hand so that it has full range of motion. This snaps onto the joint so that it's pretty much like out of the way. It does crimp a little bit if you try and tilt your hand this way or this way, but you're really not doing anything too terribly complicated. The poses for Reaper are out here, and then occasionally bending your arms like so, except other way, because this comes out like this. But building these contours in for the arms really gives you complete compression at the elbow. And I mean, I've made a lot of like various forms of gauntlets for Destiny cosplays in the past, but I never did nails quite like this. I've done finger armor that's almost like rings on each of the knuckles. So this was an exciting new experiment in heat forming different ways. But as opposed to foam armor, one thing that I really like about Warbler coating the EVA foam is just how solid this stuff is. You can take it to a convention like DragonCon, walk up and down escalators, clash into other people's costumes, and take like group poses where you put it over people, and you don't have to worry about it getting damaged. at all, because it's rather solid once it's been like fully cooled, even in Georgia heat. But very happy with how these turned out. I think that they look really good, and thank you guys very much for watching. If you are interested in seeing the entire costume complete, be sure to check out this link, which will go live when that video is live, and you can take a look at like how these blend into the coat and really help tie the whole costume together.